Picture this. It is the middle of a sweltering summer afternoon. You are lying on your couch, desperately trying to cool down, while the old-school ceiling fan above you sounds like a vintage helicopter attempting a rough takeoff. It is loud, it is chugging along, and your electricity meter outside is spinning so fast, it is practically creating its own time zone. Enter the new savior of home appliances, the BLDC fan. If you have stepped into an electronics store or scrolled through an e-commerce site recently, you have undoubtedly been bombarded with the acronym BLDC. The marketing teams are calling it a revolutionary masterpiece that will slash your electricity bills, heal the planet, and probably make you a better cup of coffee in the morning. But what is the actual truth behind the hype? Is it truly a generational leap in home comfort? Or is it just another clever piece of tech designed to extract a premium from your wallet? I am Saul, and today we are going to strip away the marketing jargon and explain exactly what a BLDC fan is all about. The good, the bad, and the downright annoying quirks nobody tells you about until after you have mounted it to your ceiling. Let us start with the absolute basics. What does BLDC even stand for? It stands for brushless direct current. To understand why this is a massive deal, we have to look at the ancient relic currently spinning in most homes, the traditional alternating current induction fan. For over a century, these fans have relied on a design that uses electromagnetic induction. The outer ring of the motor, the stator, creates a rotating magnetic field. This field passes through the solid metal of the spinning center, the rotor, and induces electrical currents inside it. These are called eddy currents. Now, imagine trying to sprint through waist-deep water. It takes a ton of effort, right? That is electrical resistance. Generating those eddy currents inside solid metal creates massive resistance. And according to the laws of physics, that resistance translates directly into heat. A staggering amount of the electricity you pay for every month isn't even used to turn the blades. It is completely wasted as raw thermal energy. The motor turns into a tiny overhead space heater. A BLDC motor completely flips this archaic design inside out by solving that exact heat problem. It strips away the old induction method and replaces it with solid-state electronics and permanent magnets. Instead of wasting massive amounts of electricity trying to induce a magnetic field in the spinning center, a BLDC fan just puts permanent magnets right on the rotating part from the start. Because those magnets are already there, the motor doesn't have to fight through all that electrical resistance to create those inefficient eddy currents. No eddy currents means virtually no electrical resistance, and no resistance means absolutely zero wasted thermal energy. But if we aren't using the old alternating current method to naturally spin the motor, how does the fan know exactly when to push and pull those permanent magnets? This is where the digital brain comes into play. Every BLDC fan contains a built-in microcontroller board, essentially a tiny computer. This circuit board rapidly switches the electrical current going into the stationary coils on and off in a precise mathematical sequence. It creates a rotating magnetic field that constantly stays just one step ahead of the permanent magnets, forcing the blades to endlessly chase the magnetic pull. It is an elegant, hyper-efficient game of magnetic cat and mouse happening hundreds of times a second. This brings us to the biggest selling point that has everyone upgrading: the incredible power savings. Let us look at the cold, hard numbers. A standard, traditional AC ceiling fan draws anywhere between 75 to 80 watts of power at its highest speed. A modern BLDC fan pushing the exact same volume of air draws a mere 28 to 35 watts at top speed. That is a massive reduction of more than 50% in power consumption. If you drop the BLDC fan down to lower speeds, like speed 2 or 3 for sleeping, the consumption plummets to a ridiculous 6 or 7 watts. You could literally run a BLDC fan for a week straight on the same amount of electricity a traditional fan burns through in just a couple of days. Now, let us address a brilliant strategy that smart homeowners are using to maximize these savings, combining a BLDC fan with an air conditioner. You might have heard the claim that running a BLDC fan alongside an AC provides a superior cooling effect. Let us clear up the science here. A ceiling fan does not actually change the temperature of a room. It does not make the air colder. Instead, it cools the people in the room by creating a wind chill effect, constantly blowing away the thin layer of heat our bodies naturally produce and accelerating the evaporation of moisture from our skin. When you turn on an air conditioner, the heavy, chilled air naturally sinks to the floor. Any ceiling fan will help actively mix that pocket of cold air throughout the space. However, because a BLDC fan operates with absolute electrical efficiency, It introduces a secret thermodynamic advantage. It eliminates parasitic heat load. Remember how a traditional fan wastes 30 to 40 watts of power as pure heat? That means a traditional fan behaves like a small light bulb-sized heater attached to your ceiling, actively fighting against your air conditioner. Your AC has to expend extra energy just to neutralize the heat generated by the old fan's inefficient motor. A BLDC motor runs completely cool to the touch. By switching to BLDC, you are literally removing a heat source from your ceiling, allowing your air conditioner to do its job with far less resistance. This leads into the ultimate efficiency hack, which I like to call the thermostat trick. An air conditioner compressor is a massive power hog, easily drawing 1,500 watts or more while active. Because the wind chill effect from a fan makes a room at 26 degrees Celsius feel exactly as cool to your skin as a room at 22 degrees with stagnant air, you can crank your AC thermostat up to 26 degrees, turn on your BLDC fan, and feel perfectly comfortable. By raising that thermostat, your AC compressor runs significantly less often, saving you a fortune on your monthly utility bill. And because the fan helping you achieve this is a BLDC model drawing only 30 watts instead of 80, your total system efficiency is fully optimized. At this point, you might be thinking, this sounds absolutely perfect, sign me up. But hold your horses, because we need to answer the practical, real-world questions an average consumer faces, starting with the great airthrow debate. There is a common claim that BLDC fans inherently have better airthrow and air delivery than traditional fans. Let us bust this myth right now. The motor technology itself has zero direct impact on how far the air travels. Airthrow is entirely a function of fluid dynamics, not electromagnetism. If you take an old AC motor and a new BLDC motor, spin them both at 350 revolutions per minute, and attach the exact same set of blades, the airthrow will be identical. However, there is a reason why people perceive BLDC fans to perform better. Because BLDC motors are more expensive to manufacture, brands position them as premium products. To justify the higher price tag, manufacturers paired these advanced motors with their most aerodynamically optimized, contoured blades, often made of high-grade ABS plastic instead of flat aluminum sheets. You aren't getting better throw because of the motor. You are getting it because you bought a fan with superior blade design that happens to be powered by a BLDC motor. Furthermore, BLDC fans possess a superpower called voltage independence. Traditional AC fans are slaves to your home's grid voltage. If your neighborhood experiences a voltage drop, the magnetic field in an AC motor weakens, the speed plummets, and your airthrow dies completely. A BLDC fan, however, runs everything through its electronic internal controller. This controller takes whatever erratic voltage the grid throws at it, stabilizes it, and feeds a steady, regulated stream of direct current to the motor. Whether your home is receiving a full 230 volts or a sluggish 180 volts, a BLDC fan will maintain its maximum speed and maximum airthrow without breaking a sweat. But let us stop painting a purely rosy picture, because it is time to look at the dark side of this technology. Let us talk about the practical difficulties, the hidden costs, and the absolute nightmares users face right after mounting one of these units in their homes. First up is the unexpected labor tax of installation and the wall regulator trap. Many consumers assume they can just buy a BLDC fan, hang it up, and use their existing wall knob to control the speed. Do not ever do this. Traditional wall regulators work by physically chopping up the electrical wave to reduce the power going to the ceiling. But remember, a BLDC fan is a computer that requires a clean, uninterrupted electrical signal to power its internal brain. If you feed it a chopped, irregular waveform from an old wall regulator, you will severely stress the capacitors on the fan's internal circuit board. This leads to loud electrical whining, erratic speed changes, and a completely fried motherboard within a few months. To install a standard BLDC fan properly, an electrician must physically bypass your wall regulator entirely, hardwiring the circuit behind the switchboard so the fan receives a constant flow of clean power. While the materials for this bypass cost virtually nothing, the upfront cost of paying an electrician for a home visit to alter the wiring across multiple rooms adds a noticeable premium to the already expensive price of the fans. Next is the devastating roadside repair problem. For the last 50 years, if your ceiling fan stopped working, the solution was simple. You called the friendly neighborhood electrician. He would walk in, diagnose a failed $2 capacitor, swap it out in 10 minutes, or take the motor to rewind the copper coils, and you were back in business for pocket change. That era is officially over with BLDC. You cannot rewind a printed circuit board. When a BLDC fan fails, which usually happens because a massive voltage surge or a lightning strike fries the sensitive electronics, a local repairman cannot fix it. You are completely at the mercy of the manufacturer's official service network to source an exact, brand-specific replacement circuit board. If you live in a major metropolitan city, a technician might show up in a day or two. But if you live in a smaller town, a rural area, or a location with poor service coverage, you run a very real risk of being stuck with a dead fan during a brutal heat wave for a week or more, while waiting for a replacement part to be couriered from a regional warehouse. Then comes the daily behavioral quirks that can drive a person crazy. Let us start with the soft start panic. When you flip the wall switch for a traditional fan, it instantly groans and begins to move. When you flip the switch for a BLDC fan, absolutely nothing happens for 2 to 3 seconds. The tiny computer inside has to boot up. Even weirder, many BLDC motors perform a sensorless calibration routine, where the fan will suddenly jerk backward for half a second to align its internal magnetic poles before smoothly accelerating forward. New owners frequently panic, thinking the electrician wired the motor backward or that the unit is defective, when it is just the chip figuring out which way is forward. Once it does start spinning, you face the remote control hostage situation. Because the wall regulator is bypassed, you are completely dependent on an infrared or radio frequency remote to change the speed. If that remote slips between the couch cushions, if the batteries die at 2 o'clock in the morning, or if your dog decides it looks like a chew toy, you are completely helpless. While the fan will remember its last speed setting when toggled via the main wall switch, you have no manual way to adjust the speed without that plastic clicker. And if you have installed identical BLDC fans in adjacent bedrooms, you might encounter the ghost fan phenomenon. Radio frequency remotes can easily penetrate brick walls. You press the button to lower the speed of the fan in your bedroom, and through the wall, you accidentally turn off the fan over your sleeping guest in the next room, leading to some very confusing domestic arguments. To add insult to injury, let us talk about the unwanted ceiling spotlight. Manufacturers love to show off that their fans are digital, so they install bright LED indicator lights right on the center of the fan hub to display the current speed setting. In a pitch-black bedroom at night, that tiny, innocent-looking LED casts a surprisingly bright, piercing glow right down onto your face. While premium models include a button on the remote to turn the display off, many budget models leave the light permanently on, forcing frustrated consumers to climb up on a ladder and slap a piece of ugly black electrical tape over their brand-new, premium appliance. Finally, we have the great smart home heartbreak. In this era of automation, many tech-savvy buyers plan to hook their new ceiling fans up to smart wall dimmer switches so they can control the speed using automated routines or voice commands through Alexa and Google Assistant. As we established with the regular wall knobs, this is a catastrophic mistake. Standard smart dimmers use phase-cutting technology that will instantly destroy a BLDC fan's internal circuitry. If you want a smart BLDC fan, you cannot automate it from the wall switch. You are forced to either pay a hefty premium up front for a specific model that has a Wi-Fi chip engineered directly onto the internal circuit board by the manufacturer, or you have to buy an external smart IR blaster hub to sit in the room and mimic the remote control signals. So, what is the final verdict? The engineering behind BLDC fans is a genuine triumph of efficiency. They run completely cool, they ignore voltage drops, they make your home backup batteries last 2 to 3 times longer during power cuts, and they optimize your air conditioning system beautifully. But they are not a simple bulletproof appliance. They are sensitive electronic devices. When you buy one, you are making a conscious trade-off. You are trading the ancient, indestructible mechanical durability of an AC fan for the high-efficiency, micromanaged digital performance of a computer. If you have solid service coverage in your area, the financial return on investment makes absolute sense for high-usage rooms like your master bedroom or home office within a year or two. Just make sure you know where the remote is, keep a spare set of batteries in the drawer, and be prepared to tolerate a tiny backward jerk every time you want to breeze. Hopefully, this breakdown gives you exactly what you need to navigate the store aisles with confidence. Let me know in the comments if you are planning to make the switch, or if you are holding on to your old helicopter fans for a little while longer. I am Sal, signing off for now. Stay cool, stay smart, and I will see you in the next breakdown.